Hi, Si here for Music Radar. It's day one of NAMM 2020. We're on the Pioneer DJ booth. This is Lars. Hi, Lars. You've basically dropped a huge 6-channel club mixer on us. Tell us more about the V10 here.
Yeah, very, very excited to present this. You know, this is the most fun I've had in product planning in quite some time, you know. So we really started here with a clean slate. You know, we're completely rethinking the way DJ mixers are built. And we started from scratch with a clean slate, 6 channels, 4-band EQ on each channel, 3 cent returns. You know, this is really chock full of features. So the idea behind 6 channels is we observed that, number one, there's a lot of back-to-back DJ performances out there these days. Yep. And for that, you know, it's nice to have more channels, you know, so one DJ can do 3 over here, the other DJ can do, you know, 3 CDJs over there. Yeah. You actually have separate headphone cues, right? So if I'm going back-to-back, DJ number 1 can be listening to A right here, and DJ number 2 can be listening to QB right here, right? So there's another headphone output right here, and then here are the volume and mix controls for that second headphone output. Then you have a 4-band EQ on each channel, and the idea here is that especially music producers have really asked for that, you know. It makes it, it adds a little bit of complexity, you know, to your DJ performance, but it allows you, for example, to separate the kick from the bass. Yeah. You know, if you want to eliminate one but not the other, you know, with a low mid and a low, you can now do that. Having said that, we do have a 3-band EQ on the master though, you know, and this is an isolator, so this is with full kills. Okay. And then we separated the filter section from this effect section, so you can now apply a low-pass filter, and then at the same time you can apply a delay, for example. You know, and the filter section works differently than what DJs are familiar with on the 900 Nexus 2, for example. So instead of 12 o'clock being neutral, the 7 o'clock position is minimum, and the 5 o'clock position is maximum. You know. Yeah, so if I bring my audio up right here, right now I got my low-pass filter going, and I have full control over my resonance.
Don't push me.
And then this is my high-pass filter right here.
Was that another request?
I have to show you
Producers
how
were asking more.
Yeah, I mean, for 2 reasons. Number one, it just gives you a lot more range, right?
Sure.
So you can be a lot more precise with applying the filter. And number 2, you know, I know when I've reached maximum and I know when I've reached minimum. Yeah. Whereas before, at 12 o'clock, you got to be careful and gradually like bring it back to the 12 o'clock position. But here, I can just slam it this way and I can slam it that way.
Don't have to think about it too much.
Exactly. So then here are my 2 cent returns. So I can use this to connect an external effector, you know, like maybe a Boss DD7, you know, a Blue Sky Strymon, you know, guitar pedals, things of that nature, you know. And then I can apply it in 2 ways. I can either select master mix, and then I just apply it generally on the master, or if I deselect this, I can now say, okay, I want my external one to be routed over here, right? So then I select external one over here, and then you would see it. I mean, I don't have an external connected right here on this station, but that's how it will work. But I can actually demonstrate it with the short delay. Right now, I got my short delay selected. I'm going to select built-in on channel 6, and you're going to see when I turn this up, now here is my short delay. And I can control my delay with this volume slider, and I can also now EQ just my delay. Or I can apply a filter to just the delay.
So when it's selected, all the controls are over to the effect that you require.
Exactly. Cool. And I have a lot of control right here, so using the short delay as an example, I can control size, timing, and also tone. Then I have a long delay, a dub echo, and a reverb. And speaking of reverb, we introduced a new reverb right here on the beat effects section. This is called Shimmer.
Oh, lovely.
And the nice thing about the new beat effects section is if I turn this on right here and I want to now route it to channel 2, I simply press this button and now I'm applying my shimmer. You know, so no longer fiddling with a little knob here, trying to find in the dark, you know, which channel I'm routing it to. So now I can very easily, even in dark club, see, you know, I'm routing it to channel 2. And now I have a large touch display right here. I can easily manipulate my shimmer effect this way. I mentioned the headphone section earlier. One thing, this is also a first for us on a DJ mixer. On the headphone A out, you now have a pre-EQ. You know, so if you wanted to mix a track in with the low-end cut, but you still want to hear the kick in your headphone because otherwise it's hard to beat match. You know, you would simply select pre-EQ.
That's nice. Good touch. So is that all the nice newfangled things you got going? Is there any more stuff that you've added to it that's not been in any other products yet? Or have we covered everything?
No, I think a very important thing to cover is the compressor.
Ah, cool.
You know, so this has never been done on a DJ mixer before. So the idea behind the compressor is twofold. Number one, if you're trying to mix an old record in with a new record, you know, anything I would say that's older than 15 years or so, you know, it's just back in those days, things were mastered differently, you know. So if you have a fully mastered track playing on your CDJ, and now you're mixing in that vinyl record from 1992, it's not going to sound right. It's going to be hard for you to balance it out using just a trim pod, you know. So for that, you can apply the compressor. And then also, if you're playing something from, for example, a sample like the DJS-1000, or you simply have, you know, an 808 connected or something like that, and you want to just give it that little oomph, a little loudness, you know, you can turn the compressor up. But if you take the compressor and apply it to, you know, a track that's already fully mastered, you know, you really don't hear much. So you can hear right here, I'm cranking up the compressor and almost nothing happens. You know, so this is an algorithm we developed in-house, and we purposely developed it so that it impacts, you know, a track that, again, is older or a track that is unmastered, you know, but if you're applying it to a fully mastered track, you know, it really doesn't have much of an impact. Finally, I want to mention, you know, it does have 2 sound cards. It already works with Tractor. It'll soon work with Serato as well. And then over here is another USB-A port, and this you can use to connect, for example, an iPad. You can run our RMX-1000 iOS app on it. You can connect your iPhone and you know, use the DJM Rec app on it if you want to record the DJ set, you know. And then, you know, you have this button right here that allows you to switch over from quarter-inch jack to USB, you know. So this we call a multi-in-out, you know. So if your RMX-1000 is connected via the quarter-inch, you select quarter-inch right here, or if your RMX is connected via the USB, you select that right there.
Amazing. There's a lot in here. When are you shipping?
This is shipping in February, and it's going to be $31.99, €32.99.
Amazing. Well, Lars, thank you so much for showing us the V10. It's pretty epic, so thanks for that.
Thank you.
Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We haven't seen this video right now. And of course, check out musicradar.com for all the latest NAMM 2020 news when we get it. So we'll be seeing you soon. Cheers.